Hey guys, this video is not for everybody. There's going to obviously be people that will want to watch it, but this is predominantly for the fellow Rangers fans that had to go through the embarrassment of last night, and quite frankly, that's exactly what it was. Now, this video has been done through my mobile phone. My laptop currently is out of commission at the moment, and also it's not kind of the right time of year where obviously we kind of doing kind of football videos. There's not a whole lot to talk about, but I would be amiss if I didn't. And as I've said before, I wasn't going to do the videos based on my own team. I was obviously going to do this kind of down the middle, do it as professional as possible. The fact of the matter is that I would be amiss if I didn't do a video on this. Last night, Rangers played their second leg away to Progress Niederkorn. Now, I don't know if I've got that right or not. Away in Luxembourg. Now, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this video without using any bad language, and I can tell you that is going to be very difficult because last night the team was an absolute embarrassment. I was texting my mate back and forth, who's a fellow Rangers fan, and it was still 1-0 from Ibrox. It was 0-0, and I said to him, because I could see with the way that we were playing, we weren't going to get anything. Didn't really kind of create any chances. Yeah, people will say, "Oh, hit the crossbar 3 times," but that doesn't count for anything. At the end of the day, as far as I'm concerned, they had the better chances last night, and they deserved to win, and that's a fact. But this is it. I said to him, I said, you know what? I could see us getting beat here, and what happens? They score 1-0. They score again. Now, you bring in all these players, right? And I'll be honest, I kind of bought into it. When you bring in Bruno Alves, and obviously having Rositter back's like a new player, and I'm really excited about the Colombian striker Morelos. But last night the team was an embarrassment. No real kind of chances created. Nothing. You can pass the ball. You can pass the ball as well as you like, but if you're not creating chances, what is the point? Passing the ball about aimlessly. And I can tell you one thing. Wallace and Tavernier are absolutely useless. If you want to play an attacking brand of football that play in Portugal, get better fullbacks, because those two are rag rotten. They're not good enough, and I'm telling you that right now. They're not good enough, right? The defence, that still hasn't been sorted. And don't get me started on Mark Fotheringham. Mark Fotheringham's an embarrassment. He's a terrible goalkeeper. I don't know who it is that says he's a good goalkeeper. He is not a good goalkeeper. He is someone that, was one of kind of Warburton's boys. We had Matt Jolks at the club last season, someone who did a solid job in the Premier League for Hull City, I believe it was he was at. And I might have that wrong because I'm speaking of emotion here. And he was let go because obviously he quite rightfully so wanted to leave. He should have been number 1, not Mark Fotheringham. Are you kidding me? And Kenny Miller, I am sorry, he might have scored the first goal, and he might have scored the goal in the first leg, and I'm telling you what, even though they did sit behind the ball at Ibrox, and they did sit behind the ball, winning 1-0 was not good enough. But I thought I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. If they kind of come out in the second leg, we'll get something. Kind of the mentality that you're playing against a smaller team, you'll be able to get the job done. You know what? It is the most embarrassing defeat that we have had in our history in Europe. One of our worst defeats ever. You're talking about a team that's claimed to fame now. I think I might have this right, that the only time that they've actually not got beat is when they drew 0-0 with Shamrock Rovers. Now, and they've only ever scored once in European competition until last night. They scored once and it was an own goal. And they scored 2 against us. What a surprise. That's shocking defence. 2 goals in the back of the net. And I tell you what, he brings on Herrera in the kind of 70th odd minute, right? When, they were 2-0 down, the game's over. I don't know why he didn't bring him on sooner. And I don't know why he took Morelos off. Now, if he was injured, then that's fair enough. But, at the end of the day, I don't know why he made some of the decisions that he did. Kenny Miller was rank rotten last night. Did absolutely nothing. Dalcio, when he came on, was horrendous. He was so bad. Just giving the ball away every opportunity. Now, I thought he was actually one of the brighter players in the first leg. But see, last night, when he came on, he was like Bambi on ice, and Josh Windass wasn't any better. When he came on, he was terrible. He was honest to goodness. He was not good enough. He really wasn't. It's been a problem that I've had over the years with Rangers. This is even before, in the kind of whole thing, going into the 3rd division and everything, where you're kind of 25 yards out from goal, And instead of thinking maybe I'll have a shot, you're going to pass it out wide, and then the move's gone, right? I mean, oh, I mean, I'm really sorry for this. You know, I don't want, you know, my videos to be about this, but you know, I think I need an outlet really to kind of let out all my frustrations, because that was an absolute embarrassment. I mean, I don't know what Pedro Caixinha said after that. I mean, what can you say? What can you say? Can you say, oh, you know, we're in transition and we got new players? Yes, you got new players in, but you still should be able to beat a team from Luxembourg. They're not even the best team in Luxembourg. They're the fourth best team in Luxembourg. Luxembourg as a country in football are a shocking outfit. They got beat 6-0 by Scotland before, and that's saying something. Because Scotland's not any good either. They're not. Now, don't get me wrong, we've got some talented players for Scotland, but the defence is horrendous. The defence is really bad. Now, the Rangers' defence is bad, but so is everything else. You know, don't create any chances. You know, if you want to... At the end of the day, Pedro Caixinha should have gone into that game last night and gone, right, you know, we need to get the job done. Not worrying about philosophies and that, worrying about getting the job done and getting through. Because that is not good enough. I don't care if, you know, we brought in all these new players and that. That result last night was not good enough. And as far as I'm concerned, now people agree with us, some people won't agree with us. If we're in a position by January where, you know, we're completely out of the league title race and we're sitting like a distant second or third, then he's got to have to go. Because it's as simple as that. Because all Rangers have done is talk and talk. Dave King was talking nonsense and saying about, you know, that Celtic have only won 2 in a row because Rangers weren't in the league. Oh, well, we're back in the league. And I can tell you for sure they're certainly going to win the league again next season as well. And we'll be lucky to finish ahead of Aberdeen. I had a bet with my cousin. Now, I'm not you know, condoning betting in any way, shape or form, but I was confident that my team would get the job. I had a bet with my cousin, £50, right, that Rangers finish above Aberdeen. I can tell you this, I can pretty much guarantee you I'll be paying that £50 out, because there's no chance the team that played last night, unless there's some serious, you know, I don't know, we brought in a lot of players, but we need to bring in more, because these players are not good enough. They're not good enough. It's as simple as that, right? He's got rid of these players, and he needs to get rid of more. I mean, a new goalkeeper, new fullbacks. Now, okay, Bruno Alves coming in, that's going to steady defence no end. There's no doubt about that. And, you know, hopefully Herrera, he when he came on, he actually looked like he was wanting to do something. He was kind of holding the ball up, you know, doing things. And as far as I'm concerned, you know, Cranker was a very good player once upon a time, but his day has been and gone. He's a luxury player. And at the end of the day, in the state of the situation that Rangers are in, we cannot afford to have a luxury player on our books. I mean, it's only really kind of... It didn't sink in last night. I can tell you what I did when the whistle went. I just got up, I went outside and I cut the grass. And I picked out some of those sticky things in the kind of flowers. Because I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'm watching this game and you're thinking... And you can't see a goal coming. You cannot see a goal coming. You're watching the game and you don't, not at any point do you think they're going to score. Not at any point. Not at any point during the game. They hit the crossbar 3 times. It doesn't matter. They got what they deserved. They had the better chances. They deserved to go through. They were the better team over 2 legs. I mean, you know, Kaunas, losing to Kaunas and Maribor was bad enough, but this was by far the worst. It really was. I'm really sorry for this video. You know, you're not going to be making a habit of doing videos like this, but I had to get this off my chest. You know, you have to understand, as a Rangers fan, or as a fan of any football team, when something like that happens, you need an outlet to, you know, say how disgruntled you are. And I can tell you this, no end. I am very disgruntled, and I'm very, you know, pessimistic about the season ahead. You know, brought in all these new players that's at a Mexican international. You obviously very excited about Morelos, and you know, and you know, there was obviously a lot of Rangers fans, you know, pre-season that, you know, saying, oh, you know, here we go again. And I thought, well, you know what, let's not be pessimistic about it. You know, it's pre-season. You know, surely we'll pick up. No. The league season starts, and I can tell you this, I'm not very kind of optimistic. I've got no reason to kind of believe that we're even going to finish above Aberdeen next season, or be certainly any sort of challenge to Celtic. I mean, it really was an embarrassment. I'm sorry for this video. I'm surprised that I haven't used any kind of foul language here. And thank you for watching. And obviously, future videos will just be about kind of football stuff. It won't be kind of any rants like this. Okay, right, I'll call it there.